Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Jennifer. In this video, I'll be unboxing and showing you the DeWalt Impact Connect PVC PEX Cutter. The model number for this is DWAPVCIR. With this accessory, you can easily turn your existing impact driver into a PVC PEX and plastic tube pipe cutter that cuts 6 times faster than hand tools with a reported 100 times less cutting effort than a manual cutter. I could have really used this a couple years ago when I made a metal pipe shelving dupe out of PVC that I spray painted black. It would have saved me so much time and given me a more professional, clean cut. This accessory is multi-brand compatible and works with select DeWalt 20 volt max and other pro grade 18 volt impact drivers. I'll include a list in the description of this video. I did another review a couple days ago on the copper cutter that is much like this, so if you missed that, check it out. The two products are very similar. This is set up much the same. It has a brace system that attaches in a couple seconds, and I'll show you that in a minute. But first, a little more information about this product. It can cut up to 2 inches of Schedule 80 PVC. A quick word of caution though, this is only for plastic. Do not try to use it to cut wood or metal or anything other than plastic. Also, only use this with an impact driver and not a drill driver. Okay, so first a quick look at the box, and I'll be taking it out. And actually this must come with some kind of lubricant. It feels a little oily to me. Okay, so here it says brace must be installed before use. I have actually, believe it or not, seen a couple videos here on YouTube where the user did not actually attach this to the bottom of their impact driver. They were using the copper cutter and just like resting this up against the body of the tool, which don't do that. That's the incorrect way to use it. If it was me, I would get haters all day long. So make sure that you attach this. Okay, so inside you'll find the main cutting head, a brace, and this piece, which I believe is used to help change out the blade. To assemble, first remove the battery and a belt clip if there's one attached. Next, loosen the back knob of the brace bracket, opening it wide enough to slip the impact driver through and slide the impact driver onto the base. Working on a flat surface, compress the front end together until it's snug around the base of the impact driver foot, then tighten the back knob. Like so. And also, if you'll notice over here, there is an area where you can take out your driver bit. So you can keep everything together, you can store it until you're ready to convert this back into an impact driver. Next, loosen both yellow arm knobs 1 turn, then insert the attachment shank into the impact driver chuck. Rotate the arm joint and the arm slider until the bar clicks into the bar channel. Make sure that the shank is parallel to the ground and tighten all of the knobs. Go ahead and reinstall your battery. Okay, you're all set. This piece just comes right off. I might do the blade changer in another video. I feel like that's too much information to go over today. So the first time you use this, you're going to have to put it in reverse to retract. And that retracts the blade back into the housing. And now to operate this cutter, squeeze the trigger with the impact setting forward. Now notice if you take your finger off the trigger, it stops. Okay, and then it'll get to the end. Did you hear that click? It automatically apparently knows when to stop. So it's operated by the variable trigger switch. So if you really press down on the trigger, it'll go fast. And then if you want to go slower, just barely push in on that. All right, so I'm gonna do a little reenactment here. Let's say I want to cut this PVC pipe at that point. Okay, so we'll pretend that is my mark. Okay, so you line your mark up. Okay, and for this, because it's a small, what size is this? This looks like Schedule 40. This is 3/4 inch PVC. So what I did, because it's small, is I went ahead and put that in forward until I can actually see where I'm gonna cut. If I had a bigger piece, you can line it up. There's a guide right here, sort of like a window. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this back and forward and get it to where it is exactly where I want. Okay, so I've got that lined up to cut on the line. Okay, so did you see that head turn a little bit? I think I need to tighten this a little bit more because I really don't want that to move around. Okay. Just gives you a nice even piece to work with rather than having, like, I probably cut that with a saw and it chipped. Whereas this is a nice smooth. Now, being that I was holding it kind of funny, it did cut it on an angle because I had it tipped to do the camera. I probably, after a few tries, could get that nice and perfect, but nice. Okay, let me try another piece. Retract. Here's another kind of PVC that I have. This is 3/4 inch and it feels not quite, let's see, where is it marked on here? Okay, so here's the first piece that I cut. I'm gonna be cutting this other piece of PVC. Okay. Okay, so this one is a little bit, it's not as rigid, not as thick as this one, and it compressed this a little bit, but it still did do a nice cut. Now let me see if I have a 2-inch piece. So as you can see, here's the cut that was on it before. What is this? Okay, so here's 2-inch PVC type 1. Looks like schedule 40. Now I'm not a plumber, so I don't know what all of that stuff means. Okay, so let's pretend with this piece, I want to cut it here, all right? So you can line that up in the guide, and I can plainly see. Ooh. You can smell that. Okay, but there's the cut. All right. So you could hear that definitely, it's a bigger piece of tubing we're working with. Definitely there was some resistance. You could hear it kind of clicking, and it's like the beginning of it. Starts off kind of slow, and then once it starts getting through, it picks up momentum. And there's actually, this must come greased already. There's actually a tiny bit of grease left on this. It must have come from the inside of that. Most of these tools that come tell you that they're greased at the factory and there's no need for upkeep. But I'm gonna read in more into that. After making that cut, it put off a little bit of a smell, and I can actually feel that my impact driver is a little bit warm. Just something to note. Okay, so let's make this a little more interesting. I've been heating up this 2-inch piece of PVC with a space heater for a little over an hour, and it is quite warm. I don't know the exact temperature, but I'm just trying to simulate if you were working, say, like up in an attic and had to cut pipe. We're gonna see if it reacts any differently than at room temperature. And it is quite warm. Give it a try. Okay, it kind of struggled a little bit in the beginning, but it didn't like splinter or shatter or crack or anything. So it passed that test. Now, let's try the other test. Okay, so the second part of this, I've had this piece of PVC in my freezer now for over an hour. So we're gonna simulate, say this is underneath like a crawl space or something. Let's see how this cuts when you expose it to extreme temperatures, all right? Whoa! Doesn't like it. Do not do frozen pipe. All right, so you saw it there, hopefully. Maybe I'll do an instant replay. Whoa! And I don't think the manual, I looked over the manual and it did not say anything about extreme temperatures. So I'm actually glad one of my followers wanted to know that. And I'm glad that I conducted that test. So there you go. Don't use it on frozen pipe. There are all kinds of warnings in the manual, as you might expect with something of this nature. So please read over those, but most notable is to not cut material that requires your free hand to be closer than 6 inches from the blade. This is definitely one of those things, if you're working at a job site or you're working in a home and there are children present, you would obviously want to take the battery off anytime you left this unattended. So also another thing to note, like the copper cutter that I had last week, this attachment is very top heavy. You're not going to be able to just set your impact driver down and walk away with it. You probably would have to lay it flat like that. A few stats to note: this accessory weighs 3.68 pounds and it measures approximately, including the impact driver. Say you want to throw this in a toolbox and you want to see if it'll fit. So from the nose to the back of the head of my impact, it's about 14 inches. And then in height from the ground up, it's about 9 3/4 inches in height. And then the width of the body of this, let's see, where's the widest part? The widest part is about 2.5 inches in width. It comes with a 3-year limited warranty, 1-year free service contract, and a 90-day money-back guarantee. If you're interested in this product, it does sell in the $119 range, and I'll include shopping links in the description to my affiliates, Amazon, Ace, Acme Tools, ToolNut, and JB Tools. If you have any questions on things I didn't cover in this video, leave it for me in the comments, and also make sure you subscribe here on YouTube to see future review videos. And also find me, I'm on TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook as well. As always, I thank you so much for watching, and until next time, take care.